Welcome to another best of 5. We have the grand final of the Division 1 end of season tournament in front of us. So let's go. We have the Bobby Cottage fan club over on the left against the Geilen Banger. Essentially, it's France versus Germany we were currently looking at. Virtual on Leoric for the boys in blue. We got Ix and Anna. Yasu is playing Junkrat. We got Banana H on Tychus. And Malgania for the Frenchies is playing Diablo. As over on the right side, the Germans with Außenseiter on my F. We got No Goat on Hogger, X-Ray on Varian, Hazups is playing Hanzo, and Ultralisk is playing Stukov in game number 1. Typical hero for him, obviously. I mean, who doesn't know the performance on Stukov from Ultralisk, but already a little bit of trouble here for Hogger as he nearly goes down. But yeah, we got a best of 5 series in our hands. The Heroes Lounge, obviously the amateur scene. We have oftentimes some of the top players and former pros playing in here as well. There's always an end of season tournament. And at least here towards the end of the year, I want to present the grand finals of those end of season tournaments to you, at least of some of the divisions. This is Division 1, so the highest one that we have, and it's the final match, the grand final between the fan club and the Geilen Banger. Now, obviously, red team kind of the favorite here, but the Frenchie is fairly strong, honestly. And every year, every season, they find themselves in some of the top spots of the ranking and are usually able to go pretty deep in the end of season tournament as well. So we'll see how successful they're going to be here in this particular season against the Germans. Now with the first mercenary camp spawning, obviously we're back to the action, so immediately people are starting to fall off a little bit and take some of those castles down. Down at the bottom of the map, we're now having Außenseiter also doing the same, taking the neutral one here. The Diablo-themed map. Also, a little bit MIA. I'm actually going to do a couple of videos soon on the channel, just like talking a bit about it and about general development. But one of the things that definitely has occupied some of my time is Path of Exile, the game finally in early access. And honestly, guys, if you are not playing it, then you're doing it wrong. Always assuming that you're generally interested in games that play like Diablo. Path of Exile 2 is essentially exactly what Diablo 4 could have been, and very reminiscent of some of the older games like Diablo 2, for example. So, heavy recommendation on my end to check it out if you haven't done so yet. More to that at a later part. Either way, level 4 kicks in. That means we are going to have Taunt ready and available for the red team. So, now it's kind of time to start trying to kill a couple of heroes here. The combo is obviously perfectly set up. You can either tether with Maiev somebody quickly into one of the lurking arms from Stukov. You can use Taunt to keep him there, or just initiate with Varian, use his level 4, and ensure that you have somebody perfectly lined up for the damage to come from Hanzo, from Maiev, who else is around at the time. So we'll see if they're going to be able to pull any of that off. Over on the left side with Tychus, we're starting things off with a grenade approach, but obviously then on level 4 with the bigger they are currently, as they're going to try and take that front line down. Triple melee currently being played by the Germans, and in the meantime we have our first objective about to be activated as well, so just a couple of seconds short before that's going to be a thing. We're already getting attacked over here. That could be our first blood too, but Virtual is able to ghost out. Would have been a bit of annoying timing. Leo comes back quickly, but still, just as the shrine spawns. So now that we're having the red team already take position of the shrine, Diablo is starting to push in from the side. Malgania, a little bit careful here. He's still trying to look for a good angle that he can use to maybe push somebody into a wall and line a kill up for the team. Bullies Hogger around a little bit, who of course wants to go for the big pop here. The teams are closing on level 7 as well, as Maiev is slowly starting to move in. Has to tap the fountain first though, and will soon engage here, but there's still another wave in the middle, and if they take those minions out, that might actually be enough for the next talent. But Malgania gets attacked, gets pushed into the wall. We also have trouble for Virtual. Leo barely makes it out and still dies to Maiev as Außenseiter goes in deep. Malgania becoming the second target, and he dies too as we have level 7 kick in for the Geilen Banger. Double kill for the German team. And they're starting to right away take the lead on the objective, getting a few more minion stacks together. Initially, the fan club just a tiny smidgen faster than them, but now with those two heroes going down, obviously the first Punisher is going to end up in the hands of the red team. Arcane Punisher is pushing through the middle, and we had Hogger already moved towards the top. with, well, Maiev down at the bottom of the map. Sidewall is already broken, so technically they could see if they can get a kill here. Not really a whole lot of heroes around to make that play. Bait over the wall was fine. Hazu maybe in a bit of trouble here. Hanzo jumping out. So far okay. And honestly, there was a really solid defense here in the middle. Not too much damage done. The wall not even probably broken through. Hogger can of course mitigate that a bit at the top by doing more damage here, so they're getting some value on the side lanes too, but still not able to do too much here. At the bottom of the map, Malganir in the meantime starting to take a few of the camps out with the rest of the team. Idea of course also being try and stay in experience range, make sure that you're not falling too far back or anything of the sorts. Now the red team doing the same thing here. Everybody is now playing a little bit more passive again, aiming for level 10 as the next big step in this first game of the best of 5 grand final. And as it stands now, we have over on the left side still Banana H, Ixia and Yasuo going for the next camp, barely grabbing it before the red team starts to approach and try to go for Malganir here. Already taunt used once. Malganir still in trouble, is able to get away, or is he? Because he turns it around, tries to go for Außenseiter for just a moment, but that puts Diablo also in a pickle and he dies. Dibble's gone, 3 kills to 0, and a solid start for the guy in Banger as they are aiming for early level 10, which they just now lock in with a half-level lead. Arrow goes out right away as Hanzo tries to take down Ixia here. So far unsuccessful, but definitely a nice approach and good use. Used choke point to its advantage. Not a single kill yet for the blue team. We're having Leoric up at the top. And the Hogger is now also starting to slowly push the next wave in as level 10 is reached in time for the next objective for the fan club. With Anna going straight away into the Eye of Horrors over here. And Junkrat gets murdered. Maiev comes in, they're taking Junkrat out, that's kill number 4. And after the shove that we just saw from Stukov, it doesn't look like Malganir is going to make it out either. So this is going to be the 5th kill for the German team. Then again, Hanzo a little bit low, makes it out. Malganir is still alive, by the way. It's Anna that dies first, and Diablo finally falls as well. That's 6 kills to 0 in game number 1. A strong first game thus far from the guy in Banger. The team with a lot of momentum now, of course. They should be able to aim for the second objective up at the top, but since they're already down here at the bottom of the map, they're immediately making their play for some extra damage on that wall, trying to take those towers out, maybe even the gate, so that they have a bit more vision granted. So the stage is set for Punisher number 2. They don't hold the talent lead yet. Oh, another chance to go for Junkrat, and yes, that is the kill. Yasuo goes down, Junkrat eliminated. That is 7 kills to 0. Oh boy, yeah, it's a little bit of an early Christmas present apparently from the fan club. Game number 1 seems to be wrapped up already. We're not quite there yet, but damn, they are really taking no prisoners here. Level 13 is close. We're now looking at Leoric moving away from the top. They obviously know that they don't really have a chance here. Level 13 talents are now being picked up by the red team too, which gives them even more of an advantage throughout all of this. If you just look at the Malganir, careful. Is there going to be a taunt? No. Damage numbers, as you can see, Tychus is not doing too bad. He's the only one, by the way, on the side of the fan club that hasn't died yet. Whereas the red team is now taking full control over the shrine, getting those minion stacks together at the bottom of the map. Junkrat still sitting around here. And, well, let's see what exactly they are able to pull off up at the top. So, in the middle, Außenseiter still has to be careful here. Down at the bottom of the map, the camps are now being attacked. And all the way up at the top, yeah, they're obviously locking the Punisher in, so they're going to grab that quickly. We're having Außenseiter sitting bot side right now, still holding the line for the team and saving the structures here, making sure that Junkrat can't just, without any problem, push in and do his work. He got level 13 for the team, so at least he's there. And with that, the push at the top is now focusing straight on that first fort of the game that might finally fall. Frozen Punisher, of course, to boot, that makes things even easier. Orga, they try to go for the barbecue play here, together with the Entomb of Leo. Didn't quite work out. Hogger might still be in trouble though. Yasuo wants the kill. Stukov has already died. That was the first kill against the red team. The Germans actually starting to lose a couple of heroes here. Hogger being the second one. And up at the top, the keep or the fort might actually still make it. If they bother to defend, but now it seems like the Punisher is going to take that down by itself. So a price was paid, but structurally they are still taking the lead here. Yeah. Punisher is a little bit more interested in the minion wave, but should still... Actually, they're going to save this one, aren't they? Oh, look at that. Nicely done. Now, it's not going to survive for too long, obviously, but yeah, job well done. I didn't really think that that would happen. Now, Yasuo at the bottom of the map is now taking the camp. The team with a little bit of newfound momentum. They are still behind, obviously, in experience not by too much, but they lost a lot of control of the map earlier. Question just is, how far back can they now go? Ultralisk on one of the ugliest mounts in the game. I mean, we have a few of them here, but especially that tint variation is just like, boy, what were you thinking? I mean, it's Christmas and all, so like, go for a Christmas mount, or just go for the balloon. I mean, it can be a little bit more festive here, but that is definitely big F. Oh, that arrow! That arrow goes nowhere. Yeah, it's still flying. Rumor has it will for another couple of years, but look at Junkrat with the kill against Hanzo. Nice! Very nice kill. So Hanzo goes down, and that's kill number 3. There's some momentum all of a sudden. The Frenchies, look at that! Allez le bleu! They're trying to do their thing, and after severely failing in the early game and losing 7 heroes without getting a single kill, they're all of a sudden putting some proper points onto the board. They get level 16, roughly at the same time as their opponents. They're able to get a couple of kills together, close the experience gap, and are now firmly in the driver's seat here. I like it. Very nice comeback approach by the blue team. So, as they're starting to push through, Ultralisk also still sitting tight, trying to make a little bit of a play against Malganir here. They're already on it, starting to make their moves, and can they get the kill here? X-Ray has to be careful, hides back. Ultralisk with the lurking arm on the ground, but he comes the Entomb of Leoric as he moves in from the top. Disc against Ana, they try to go for Diablo, and Malganir dies. Still at his soul stacks together, so he'll be back, but the rest of the team is still on the run, trying to get out. Leo ghosting away and makes it. Good for him. 31,000 damage now for Tychus, with Hanzo at 35,000. 35k for him. Banana H is pushing. Malganir, another little play. Hogger! And he gets barbecued too. Yeah, slowly and steadily, things are getting quite tense here. It's usually blow for blow in the last few fights, so both of the teams very eager to get a bit ahead. Nice arrow. Can they get the follow-up? As Stukov falls, they aim for Junkrat. He goes down, and so does Tychus. Malganir is trapped this time without the stacks. Gets Disc. Außenseiter, able to escape. They go for Diablo, and he gets he gets trapped by Leo. What does Leo yeah. I highly doubt that he would have been able to survive anyways. But apparently Leoric has a little bit of a problem with Diablo. He just thinks if the prime evil is out of the equation that he maybe can take over. But since he also gets chased down and dies, that puts both of them 6 feet under. 12 kills to 5, so that last battle absolutely stellar for the red team. Finally able to make a couple of nice plays after they struggled here in the mid game. So that puts them again a level ahead over their opponents. And then are also in a spot where they can just straight away go for the next Punisher and maybe aim for that fort in the middle. Which honestly, they should easily take. I mean, at this point, when you're looking at it, it's already down below 50% of its HP. So it shouldn't really be an issue here at all. Blue team can't do too much about it. They're a little bit too late to the party. And with 27 stacks already in the hands of the guy in Banger, yeah, they're not making it. They don't want to rush in there. They don't have a position for that right now. So, they gotta defend. Mortar Punisher this time is pushing through the middle. Junkrat is still down at the bottom of the map. The danger is, of course, at level 20 that is looming in the distance. So that could become a problem. Another camp gets claimed or defended. And now with the Fort God, it's the keep that we're talking about. Trying to get the keep here as they're starting to jump in. So jump already proc. Tower slowly going down here too. They're breaking through the wall at the front, and the goal always being try and take that keep down. But Banana H has already popped his ult and is trying to push them back here. They're fighting into Odin. Never really a good position and a comfortable one to be in. Diablo also has to be cautious now, though. Arrow! And gets face tanked hard by Diablo. Where's the taunt when you need it? Well, there we go. Quick hit on Ana, and she's gone. They try for Leoric. Push against Diablo. In comes the Punisher with a jump. Mulganir in trouble, but he's able to burn Außenseiter to a crisp as he dies. Junkrat down at the bottom of the map. They want the kill! And he gets Hanzo'd. Außenseiter is dead, but so is Junkrat, Ana, and Leoric. They're going for Mulganir. They are able to take him down, and that's now only a single defender standing in an attempt to save the game and the keeps for them. Keep in the middle, absolutely hopeless. Level 20 talents are now available too. And this is just bad news. They're looking, of course, with 4 heroes to fight 4 core. Leoric still attempting to help out Tychus to push him back here, but the shield is falling quickly, and this is clearly an attempt to end the game with Ana coming back in 8 seconds, but the shield is nearly gone on the core again. Game number 1 of the best of 5 series. We have Leo already retreating as he's in trouble. Banana Age, yeah, well, he's still sitting tight here, trying to survive, gets taunted. There's the lurking arm. They want the kill, they can't get it, but Ana also a little bit low. First one to fall is Ana. The granny is gone, and that's the end of Tychus, and therefore it should be the end of the game. Virtual still defending. It's not gonna happen. They're trying their best, but the core is down to 80%, and they keep attacking it. They keep going for it. There's just no defenders left. This is going to be the 1-0 in the best of 5 series. They're throwing everybody that they have against the red team, but it's just not going to be enough. 58% for now, but they're chasing the heroes all over the place. Yaz is now also retreating. They got Diablo. So now we have 20 kills to 7. Yeah, that turned quickly, and Junkrat is also about to die again. Once the catapults on the core, I think we're going to finally see a bit more pressure there, but for now they're fairly happy to just farm the heroes. The core at 40%, and the catapults have still not completely reached it. Ultralisk is making a couple of plays. Hanzo goes down, but so does the core. That is game, and that's the lead for the Geilenbanger in the grand final of Division 1. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game 1 in favor of the Geilenbanger, the team with a 1-0 lead now. In game number 2, we find ourselves on Brax's Khaldor, and all on the left we have the French team with Virtual on Blaze, Yasuo and Chromie, Banana Age with Cassia going for Thunderstroke here. So this could be a fun one. Malgania is playing Janna, and Ixia was so impressed with the Stukov performance of Ultralisk that he just said, you know what, I can do that too. So he's playing Stukov in game number 2. Over on the right side, we got the Geilenbanger in the lead now in the best of 5 with Außenseiter on Zarya. We get the combo X-Ray on Garrosh and Außenseiter with Zarya. So we're going to get the speed bubble on level 4. Hanzops on Hanzo again. We got no gold on Dehaka. And Ultralisk is playing Oriel, trying to whip everybody in shape over here. So, the Righteous Assault on level 1, and Ultralisk is trying to turn the blue team into his personal whipping boys. There's the first flip. A little bit of extra energy also for Zarya, but the attack comes up, and so far so good. Those are exactly the kind of plays that I'm going to be looking for here. Nice lurking arm. Good heals as well. This is obviously a lineup that can endlessly just siege on the lane. You have the Zarya Garrosh combo, you have Oriel behind it, so as far as we are talking about support choices, that comes with a couple of disadvantages. You get some nice whips though, that is first blood right there. Nicely done, that was actually pretty awesome. So first blood is in, but they lose Garrosh in the process. I still gotta say, it is highly entertaining to see that once again. They are going for Jojo, they take her down too, and just this combo alone, you have so much sustain and you're not really dependent on mana with your support either. All that Oriel needs is hope, and as we all know, hope dies last. So, with that, 2 kills to 1. Top side, that's where Blaze and Dehaka are fighting against each other. But I think most of the party is going to be at the bottom of the map for quite some time here. We have not really a whole lot of very mobile heroes that can jump between the lanes very easily. So where you traditionally would see maybe somebody like Genji, maybe Maiev, a couple of others. You don't have any of that right now. So it's going to be a mad brawl in the 4-man stack. And Cassia is the latest victim. She goes down 8 stacks so far, only for her. And now a few more are being targeted here. So, Ixia, let's be careful. Oh, 4 is soon going to kick in. That's when the real fun starts for X-Ray on Garrosh, once that Zarya can properly support him. But they're already doing work. Now Cassia, when it comes to these endless brawls, can benefit from it by just stacking her level 1. That hasn't happened that much yet. Given the amount of fighting that we've seen ever since the game started, I would have honestly expected her to do a little bit better here. Now we go with the speed barrier straight for the support on Garrosh, so now things get dangerous. X-Ray running into battle, not only on the money pick, but now also with the speed barrier. That's not going to make things any easier for the blue team. The fan club is already pushed back and has started to send Cassie to the top lane. So they are fairly abandoning the battle at the bottom of the map, just saying we can't contest the 4 versus 4. We're gonna lose out on that. So instead they're trying to create an imbalance at the top and try to slow the approach down at the bottom of the map. That creates, of course, a bit of a problem for Dehaka, but he's been doing pretty well, applying pressure to Virtual with a good lick straight into the turret range. Down at the bottom of the map, yeah, that's a very different scenario now, because with a 4 versus 3 and a very strong, sustainable 4-man to boot, this is where they can now start to take some of the towers down. Now, Cassia has rotated back down, but he has massive beacon progress now as well. Cassia goes down, and I mean, they're gonna get it. It's 100% Zerg wave 2-0 that they're gonna get here. They took the wall down at the bottom of the map. Things are looking splendid for them. Maybe they kill Garrosh. He goes down. So that's the only little upset here, but considering the fact that they just took out Johanna, it's an even trade. And Cassia, still on 14 stacks only. I really expected her to stack this up so much more successfully, given the situation that she's in this consistent 4 versus 4 battle at the bottom of the map. So now the sport is going to fall, and on Brax's holdout, if you start to lose control over your forts in the middle of the map, you will lose a lot of potential momentum on the map and maybe just lose it flat out, because the fountains get removed. It's much more harder for you to get any access to those checkpoints, and that's a problem. So the progress is gonna be problematic from here on out. And they're not only losing the fort, I mean, they're losing the wall on the keep too. There's a level 7 talent that kicks in, and holy hell, Stukov is dead. We are 4 minutes in, and they're getting absolutely slapped around here. I'm already looking for Abatha, because that's a slappening right there. Top side, still our 1 versus 1, and Blaze doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, boys, I'm doing okay on my lane. What are you doing down here? I'm seeing a keep that is taking damage. Zarya went a little bit too far here, but that keep has taken a third 30% damage. It's gonna take more. The Guardians in the back are just shooting away. It's nearly down to 50%, and we're only talking objective number 1. So that is an amazing start into game number 2 by Digaya and Banger. They have the 1-0 lead already, and now they're just continuing with that mad dash towards a potential victory in game number 2. So, top side, that's where we now have still Dehaka going up against Blaze. I suppose that we're going to see an eventual swap between the lanes as the 4-man travels top side. That's where they're likely going to make their next stand. And, to be frank, the Frenchies, they need to step it up. They have to make a massive play right now if they want to have a chance to, bring this back. Now, to be fair to them, they did really, really well in game number 1, fighting for the mid game and clawing their way back into it, so I wouldn't count them out here. But level 10 is obviously a bit of concern. Yeah, we already have Pro. Ooh, there's the kill against the Haka. Yeah, that one was nice. But can they save Malganir? Johanna, no. Just as they get a kill, they lose one of their heroes in the process. So now it's again an even trade. Bottom of the map, the camps that were taken, they collide. Besides that, not really too much happening. Another quick attack over here now. And yeah, party continues. So, let's see what they can actually pull off here. I mean, right now, the top side wall could be taken potentially as well. They have pretty much the entire team already in position for it, so the gate is down. The towers are being attacked too. At the bottom of the map, the Haka starting to push against Blaze as expected, so that switch between lanes has now happened. The 4-man eager to bully another fort, and with level 10, the blue team can only sit back, watch, try to defend as best as possible. Thankfully for them, the beacons are not active yet, so they have a bit more time to get to level 10 themselves. The Haka, yeah, got a shield for a second. They were hoping to get him close enough to an opponent to get a lick and drag the target back in. And he's able to pull that off straight into the hands of Garrosh, who flips Malganir. It's the end of Johanna. They still want to go for the boss with a level 10 advantage that they're running, and they are going to grab it. The beacon's activated as well in another second, and oh, this is bad news. Really bad news for the fan club. They lost control of this game, and it is looking unlikely that they can get it back. Now, again, 6.5 out of 10 moment would be something that they need here, but now Chromie gets murdered, so she gets slapped around pretty heavily. One slap after another. For some reason, she still likes it, but we knew that already. 10 is nearly in. She's always been a bit on the kinky side. Down at the bottom, they're making a play for the Haka. Could possibly get a kill here, especially with the entire team moving in. Now in comes the Blessed Shield, and the Haka indeed goes down. Problem is that nobody else is defending right now, and the beacon progress might have been stopped, but there's still a boss on the map, and that boss is moving for the top gate. Starts to take it out. They're taking the towers out too. 9 kills, 2-5. Ixia is moving in from the side, and the Keep is going to take damage as well. But it's still a 4 versus 5 battle. The Haka can tunnel in once he's back, which is going to happen any second. Here, Arrow comes out. Maybe a kill opportunity right now. Ixia is a little bit low, but he's not the only one. Zarya gets dropped. The Haka, might not even help him out here. X-Ray is already gone, and that would just give them another target. But look how low the blue team is. Hanzo was hoping to get a kill here, but couldn't. But that would have been pretty neat. Yeah, now he went a bit too deep. Hazorbs dies. Bottom of the map, that's where we still have the Haka, but the entire team got wiped on that play. Everybody going down. Progress, the Haka will try and slow it down for as long as he can to allow the rest of the team to respawn and make a play for this. It's 9 kills to 9. And we have level 13 talents. That's at least the one advantage that the guy in Benga still have here. Then again, the Haka's inting, so that doesn't really further your cause. Inting might be the wrong word here, but he's the one that gets caught, and that's obviously a staggered death. So now you have your 4 heroes back that die topside, but the Haka is gone. And it's just that numbers advantage that the blue team is able to maintain right now. They are getting progress on this, 68%, and well, as they keep accumulating quite a lot too. This could be an interesting second objective. So far, not a single fort has been lost for the red team, but this could of course change things. Yeah, they overstepped. They felt a bit too confident in the top lane. They went in deep, they got killed on the way back out, and this is going to potentially bring the blue team fully back into the game. They are about to lock in a level 13 talent, which brings them on even footing with their opponents. Now, the question is simply how much damage can be done with the next objective, and who takes it in the first place. I mean, this is not a winner-takes-all scenario, but still. Ooh, big arrow here. Yeah, thinking about the camp. Bit of a blind arrow there too. But the one thing to keep in mind is also that right now, as it stands, we still have the chance for the guy in Benga to keep all of their forts in play and therefore hold on to these mountains. So attack at the top. There's the 5 versus 5 now. Yeah, bunker's already up. Cassia, not a whole lot of stacks by the way. 50 stacks at the 10-minute mark. I honestly expected a bit more considering the 4-man that she could use earlier to get some stacks in. Expulsion zone is out, and Stukov is dead. The lick on Blaze, perfect. Great play from the Haka. They get a double kill. Malganir is still low and is going to fall as well. Johanna dead. The chase over on the bottom left side hasn't yielded any results against Banana H and Yasu, but it will definitely give the the red team control over the 2 beacons, so they're going to walk away with the bigger objective once again. Not by much though. I mean, again, 100% against 92. This is essentially an even wave that the 2 teams are running here, but given the fact that we're now pushing through the bottom of the map, we're going to hold on to that. Top side, the keep is going to fall. I mean, that's just what it is. This is not going to be stoppable at all. Even with 5 heroes back on the map. But the wave down here, we'll see how the Haka is going to be able to deal with this. Right now, they're going to lose some infrastructure here, but this could technically even be a death blow topside. Depends a little bit on if they can get a kill or not.
but this keep should not be able to make it. The Haga is already waiting for an opportunity to come in and help the teammates out. They don't even need him! The arrow misses, but it doesn't matter. Johanna is dead. The tank is gone. Level 16 any second now. The Haga joins the fun. Oriel falls, so that's Stain gone, but the keep has also disappeared. And they still have Zarya for some shields. With Virtual dying on Blaze, it does not look good whatsoever. 16 versus 14, the extra talent is in, and this is just gonna be it. Game number 2 in the best of 5 series goes over to the red team. Once again, they take it on the map, they take it on Brax's holdout, and take down the fan club once more in this best of 5. GG.
Match point number 1, die geilen Banger with a 2-0 lead against the French team in blue. Allez le bleu! And we have a couple of really interesting developments here. First of all, we got Volskaya Foundry as the map. I think we can probably thank Ultralisk for that. One of the few players that actually likes this map. But look what exactly the blue team is currently playing here. They're actually running Ixia on Zarya and Malgany on Garrosh. They're doing the exact same combo now that we've seen in map game number 2 from Die Geilen Banger. Banana H, he's playing Anduin. We got Virtual on Blaze and Yasuo on Maiev. So rounding out the draft here. Very heavy sustain, of course, through the foreman. And then over on the right side, you have a lot of stacks going on. Ultralisk on Alexstrasza, X-Ray on Stitches, and they're going into Hungry for More and into Circle of Life. And that is something that we used in the bounty tournaments that we ran recently. In the Banshee Cup and also the Murky Cup. We used that as an incentive for the teams. And I actually like that now some of these strategies that we try to incentivize teams to play find their way into tournaments that don't really have any draft restrictions, where there's nothing on the line, where there are no bounties to speak of. So it's pretty cool to actually see that now being played a bit more. This is obviously a map where this is also going to be quite nice, always assuming that they're able to get the stacks together for Stitches and Alexstrasza. But it's a long game normally that gets played on Volskaya Foundry, and that plays into the hands of Stitches becoming a mega heavy tank with Hungry for More and getting supported by Alexstrasza once that her quest is completed. Those extra globes that you're going to get there. So we're going to keep our eye on X-Ray for sure. We also have with Cassia again a stacking attempt. Last time it was the blue team that was trying to pull it off. Now we're seeing it on the side of the Germans. So Cassia again with Thunderstroke. And Cassia is pretty insane. I mean, we recently just played a show match ARAM in one of the tournaments. If you didn't see that, I would highly recommend that you check it out. It's actually on the YouTube channel. But it was wild because one team had Suljin, the other one had Cassia. And if you play a lot of ARAM, you know that Suljin is an absolute beast when it comes to any kind of brawl game. And that game was intense. The battle between Cassia and Suljin was crazy. So after the recent patch changes, I think it was like one patch ago, 2 patches ago, something like that, Cassia really becoming a stable again in the meta and also bringing big numbers out. But look at the French, damn, that's 3 kills! 3 kills already, as we have the fan club fighting tooth and nail in order to bring this back here. Nice. Okay, this is the best start from them so far in this match. Yeah, now they're starting to do some work with early game kills and early level 4 talent. And maybe they can do a bit more. They already have 2 turrets. So on the item side, it doesn't look too shabby either. Obviously, speed barrier for Zarya, as you would expect, trying to support Garrosh and his shenanigans. Alexstrasza and Stitches with 7 stacks each currently. And trying to, of course, become those late game monsters. Not quite happening just yet. Alright, so. They wanted to go for the healing beacon for just a moment, but then decided not to really risk it here. First objective also soon up. Well, Sky's a bit of a weird one because most of the time the objective just gets ignored. Maybe they like the Protector. They're gonna try and take it here. But it's traditionally not something that is very high on the priority list of most teams these days. So there's the stun combo against Imperious, and he is gone. Nice. Good kill
That's Imperious annihilated. And yeah, on top of that, here comes a quick hook. Well done. But with Anduin, you always have a tool to get the target back out. So that's exactly what they were doing here as well. And now it turns on Stitches and he gets crushed. Yeah, poor Stitches with only 9 stacks thus far. We have 5 kills to 0. And it is really starting to get a bit tricky for the red team. The fan club with lots of damage and 1 kill opportunity after another. I mean, look at this. Hogger is now in trouble. He makes it out, but still, they're doing good damage here. Not sure about Maiev though. Nearly turned on her. But we have a bit of progress for just a second from Blaze as he's on his way to the bottom of the map. They still maintain that 1 level advantage they established earlier. And down at the bot side, Hazops go against Virtual, but the attack is shifting towards the middle again. Still nobody really bothered about the objective, by the way. They got 12 percentage points towards it, but they're not really doing too much on the checkpoint. Banana H wants to have a little bit more, but it's not like they're prioritizing that in any way, shape or form. So trying to go for the first protector, I suppose, at least take the initial lead. Wrapping around in an attempt to go for Stitches. Teeing it up here for the stun. And already the Dragon Queen from Ultralisk as the hook hits Malgan here. But he's able to get out of this, no problem whatsoever. So, where's Anduin when you need it? There's the speed bubble, and there we go. Tag team works, nicely done. But Anduin gets hooked, and Maiev dies. Malgan here dies too. Außenseiter somehow survives. Great heals from Ultralisk, but that's ridiculous. He might still fall, but he should have died 10 times over, and they somehow kept everybody alive here while killing not only Maiev but also Garrosh. Insane plays now all of a sudden from the guy in Banger. Yeah, well, as I say it, they lose 2 of their heroes. They wanted a little bit too much, so they overstayed. They lost 2 heroes after all. Alexstrasza is done, by the way, with her quest, which means that she can now easily get some additional regeneration globes for Stitches, who's currently sitting at 16 stacks. Gonna get a lot more as all of this continues, but let's see how many hit points Stitches really ends up with in that situation. And again, you get quite a lot here. So he's nearly at 400 extra hit points already. We're now 6 minutes into the game. Another hook. And Anduin has to save the day. Doesn't have the cooldown apparently. Yeah, that's the end of Zarya. They thought they had that locked in safe, I think, and then it turns against them as they don't have the cooldown on Anduin. They got a light bomb though, and that stun helps them to get the counter kill on Hogger. Hogger eliminated. Here comes level 10, and that's one of the main reasons why the fan club thought they could go that deep in the first place. But now they're bunkering up and they're still in trouble. They go for Yasuo, careful, and he is at least for now out. Malganir also a bit low, 33 stacks for Cassia, 21 for Stitches. And again, X-Ray is just waiting for globes. Oh, they stole it from him. Did you see that? They took the globe in the middle and X-Ray wasn't around. That's not how you play that game. If you go for the game of globes, then you gotta be ready for this. Talking about being ready, I don't think Außenseiter was ready for that. He buys himself a little bit more time. Gets the heal, but the timing is off. Imperious is down, Alexstrasza is down, die geilen Banger. Yeah, not so geil right now. So that's 3 heroes that get killed here. 22 stacks for Stitches. That's 440 and 450, sorry. And in the meantime, what am I talking about? 550. Math is hard right now. Has a bit of a movement speed advantage as well. We now have 37 stacks for Cassia, which results on the damage numbers in her looking at 20,000 roughly. That's way behind Maiev, by the way, and even behind Hogger. So the numbers are not quite there for Cassia just yet. But look at Maiev, for example. She's not only doubling that, I mean, she is just crushing it. First Protector is now up on the map, and with that they're already busy themselves in the middle. This is really one of the maps that could need a couple of tweaks now that the fountains are locked in with the forts beforehand. You could do so much more with that bad boy, but not anymore. Nice kill against Maiev though. Cassia with a great job as they're moving in for the double kill. They want Virtual, they're gonna get him. Bunker or no bunker, I don't care. Blaze is not gonna make it. Blaze goes down. And as per usual agreement, the team that has the Protector is losing a bunch of heroes in the process. So yeah, that didn't go too well for them. 11 kills to 5. We have level 13 on the board against level 12. And they are going to take that fort in the mid lane out. So after taking the first 2 games of the best of 5 series, the Geilwenger now with momentum in game number 3. But again, keep in mind they're a little bit behind in experience still. So they're still half a level behind. They don't have a level 13 talent, but that momentum gave them the first fort of the game, of course. Oh, but that's a kill, isn't it? Alexstrasza gets caught and taken down. X-Ray at 31 stacks currently for Hungry for More, so he wants to become that unkillable tank at the front, but he needs a lot more stacks if he wants to get to that point. And Außenseiter is just getting farmed right now. Imperius just keeps dying in these battles. We have level 10 abilities for them that they can use, but level 13 on the other side is giving a bit of an edge to the blue team that now turns towards the middle in an attempt to take a fort out as well. And I don't think they can be stopped here. We don't have Gorge, so X-Ray's hook is nice, but it's not going to give him an opportunity for Gorge. Malganir though, I mean, they need a shield or a heal or something for him, and they have neither as it seems. So Garrosh is annihilated. Another hook, this time against Ixir. Zarya is back in the fight, but they're attempting to turn it for Orga. And in comes Zarya with a brrrr and takes him off. So it's a bloodbath. Ixir dodges the stun, but he's still in trouble. Moves in with a light bomb, gets the stun, but there's just not enough sustain currently. And that is the end of Zarya. So Zarya goes down. 7 kills to 14. It's just an endless brawl. We have 21 kills at the 10-minute mark. 2 kills a minute at this point. The fort on the red team side is still standing, by the way, so they still have that. 5 deaths on Imperius. That just hurts. Imperius dying 5 times is rough. That's really rough. I mean, they're now trying to go for Malganir as well with another quick hook. Obviously, items reign supreme currently, so Außenseiter with 1 turret as we speak. Hogger is still top damage, by the way, for the Geilwenger. 37,000, ahead of Cassia, ahead of Imperius. But then you look over on the blue team and you see Maiev with a 62k, and she's just dropping the numbers here. I mean, absolutely dropping them. 14 to 7 kills now. Level 16 any second now too. And, well, can they get a quick hit here? Careful. They're pushing through the bottom map, trying to break that wall and go for the next fort. There comes the delivery system as the ult gets used from Imperius. But Anduin, the old killjoy, again with his trade. But Malganir might still die here. He's low and makes it to the fountain for a quick tap. Damn, they're still holding on to that. The heals come out from Ultralis because he uses his ult too for Imperius. Level 16 in just a moment, on the other hand, for the Bobby Cottage fan club. So that's going to give them the edge in the team fight if they can sustain it. 66 stacks for Cassia, by the way, but Hogger goes down. That triple front line that the red team is running is having some problems. 70 stacks now. Stitches is sitting at 44. So he is slowly and steadily getting those hit points together that he really needs for all of that. I mean, at this point he's looking past 1,000 that he is able to drop. And also a fair amount of movement speed, by the way. I mean, every 20 he gets an additional 5%, so he's sitting at 15% now, given that you get an extra 5 once you pick the talent up in the first place. The hooks are also on point. The extended range on 13 is certainly helping, but the fight isn't over yet. Yeah, Imperius dies. That's the counter kill right there. And they try for more as Yasuo becomes the target. Maiev, though, still not quite out of the fight yet, is trying to escape here. Has to be careful as they're turning on Cassia. There's the flip. Good trade. Hogger! They get the kill on Cassia. And now they want Maiev, but they cannot get her. 38 hit points. Hogger still wants it. Banana H is employing the French defense, running away, and might even be able to escape, and does. Down at the bottom of the map, the blue team, though, is not losing players. He's able to make it out of the fight, too. As the dust settles, we still have a 1-level lead for the blue team. We have a 7-kill advantage for the fan club. So, yeah, they're doing what they can here. and all the way towards the middle. Nana H, Yasu, Malganir, all of them still making their moves, making a couple of plays in the attempt to push for the next, I want to say, objective. And then I'm reminded again, wait a moment, this is Volskaya, nobody cares. So we're now 13 minutes into the game and only one objective has been taken. The beacon at the top, or the checkpoint at the top, has been open for some time and nobody could care less. So yeah, it's just, this is pretty much what Heroes would be if there were no objectives. If it was just a straight up Dota or League of Legends flow. Like no objectives whatsoever, just a map out there. But they're still fighting, they're still brawling, they're still getting kills. Hogger goes down, so no more pox from him. Zarya is able to pick the kill up. They're trying for Ultralisk now. They're helping hand, not so helpful. Ultralisk is still in trouble and he gets dropped. So Ultralisk goes down. They're still doubling the kills, 18-9. And I think this time they're finally starting to take some forts out too. It took long enough for the blue team, but this should destroy the fort at the top lane and they should be able to grab the one in the middle too. So yes, one fort is down, that's a fountain removed of course. So the red team is slowly starting to suffer the consequences of all those deaths. Now that the death timers are higher, every single death of course also matters more. Means that you're playing with the numbers disadvantage for a bit longer. The one thing that's still a problem for the blue team though is all of the stacks that are coming together on the side of the Gallenbanger. We have 105 now for Cassia and we have 57 for Stitches. That might at this moment in time not matter too much, but if you just project it a little bit farther into the future, you'll see that Stitches is going to get harder and harder to kill, Cassia is going to get more and more damage out, and as that continues, this could still become problematic. Maiev is already in the 6-digit club with 100,000 at the 15-minute mark, which is honestly pretty impressive. But Cassia still has 70,000. So that might not be amazing right now, but given the fact that we have 100 stacks already and this can still get accelerated, there is a chance that the scaling alone is going to make the difference here. And Imperius is not having a great game. Anduin, by the way, has not died yet. He's the only one in this game with 28 kills now in total that hasn't fallen yet. So the fight continues. 5 versus 4. There's another hook. Malganir, they should be able to save him fairly easily. But the stacks, they keep coming. They keep coming. 64 stacks for Stitches. That's a lot. That is a ton that he's currently running. So we'll see how that late game is going to look like. For now, with level 20, the fan club clearly ahead. Once that we have the red team reach level 20 as well, things might change. Cassia is at 113 stacks now. So again, when we're talking scaling, the Gallenbanger clearly with a bit of an advantage. I heard the most amazing French joke, by the way, the other day, one that I've never heard before. Do you guys know why the Eiffel Tower is so high? So that you can see the white flag from Berlin. Never heard that one before, but yeah, kind of funny. Happy for any German jokes, by the way, that you can contribute. So if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to post them in the comments. I would love to hear a few of those as well. Hogger is about, well, Hogger is dead. 69 stacks for Stitches. Nice. But they lose another fort. So that bottom fort is about to be taken out. 29 kills in total. Half a level until 20. With all of the forts gone on the red team side, they're gonna struggle a bit. Still, by the way, objective number 2. Top lane. Oh god. I have no idea why. I know who picked Volskaya. It had to be Ultralisk. He's the only one that still likes the map. And yeah, they're currently suffering because of it. But they want level 20, so let's see if with Storm Talons they can make some plays here. 72 stacks for Stitches. It's starting to get a little bit absurd if you ask me. Yeah, it's starting to be kinda nuts. I mean, yeah. His hit points gotta be crazy. Now, you can go for an even more sustain-heavy build, by the way, than what he does. Now, one of the big advantages of playing Hungry for More on level 1 is that your Devour actually procs off your max hit points, not of your current hit points. So, if you have a huge amount of max hit points, if you go later on for a second helping and for some of these other Devour talents, you can actually do a lot with that as well and become essentially unkillable there. It's not only the sheer amount of hit points that you have, but also the sustain that comes with it depending on how you play the hero. Now, with 77 stacks to his name, and him now going for the level 20 upgrade with a gift from the Embalmer, big fight over the healing beacon. The blue team, oh, they kill Stitches. Yeah, they worked hard for that one, but they got it. Stitches goes down, a lot of cooldowns drawn there, but can they get more? Ooh, Maiev? No freaking way! Yazu is able to get out. Blaze is not able to pull that off. 127,000 now, the damage numbers on Maiev's side. Cassia is soon going to close in on the 6-digit club as well. She will hit the 100,000 in a few moments. Yeah, another tether. That fight is not necessarily over. Front lane is doing well so far. Yazu, alright. Does he have another tether in a second? Doesn't even need it. Malganir is there. Flips Hoga into tower range, and that is the end of the side laner. And they get Cassia too! So, that puts an end to her 6-digit dream for a moment. But Maiev gets also gone. 140 stacks now for Cassia. 79. It's going to be 80 for Stitches. 81 even. It's not going to take much longer, and he's going to sit at 2,500 additional hit points. Which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. So let's have a little bit of a look at his hit points. He's currently sitting at 8,600 hit points. Pretty nuts, honestly. Level 21. Keep a bit of an eye on this later. Especially if he manages to hit the 100. We're now 20 minutes into the game. I haven't seen a keep destroyed yet. So it's all going to be the big team fights from here on out. And the longer this lasts, the more stacks for Stitches. Cassia at least hinges on fights. She needs fights in order to get those. X-Ray? Not so much. You give him a little bit more time and he's going to run around with an absolutely absurd hit point pool later on. Now, it's already absurd when you think about it. I mean, 8,500, 20-minute mark, that's already a lot. He should be closer to 9,000 already. So 10k is definitely in the cards here. 90 stacks. Yeah, it's just crazy. Killing Stitches, it's not impossible, but it's going to take a lot from them to make that happen. 23 kills, 211, down at the bottom of the map. Virtual is still doing his thing, of course. We now have still Cassia trying to defend here, but things have slowed down a little bit. Cassia is sitting at the top. I mean, we had a massive amount of brawling happening the entire time. We have 34 kills in total. What the red team, of course, wants to do is now also alleviate some of the pressure from the catapults spawning on the blue team's end. So they're trying to take these forts out. Once that we're heading into like the 20 minutes, 25 minutes, catapults are really starting to hurt a lot. So if your opponent is an advantage there, you want to try and shut that down as quickly as you can. 100 stacks nearly for Stitches, sitting at 97 and comes in with his ult right away. Again, upgrading that too with a gift. In the back, Imperious, they want the kill. Malganir, fully isolated from the team. No help whatsoever. Has therefore no chance of survival and goes down. Another hook, and it hits Anduin. Anduin already on the run again. Yeah, but they're able to get out. Stitches with 100 stacks now. Which puts his hit points at 9,600. And they just got a kill. They took Blaze out too. Guys, the Germans might be able to make this a 3-0. If they're able to turn the game here, that would be pretty amazing. So Stitches nearly at 10,000 hit points. And they are pushing. They're clearly sieging up on this. They got the fort at the bottom of the map. Now they're moving towards the top in an attempt to get the next one. 150 stacks is also putting Cassia in a spot where she could break some records here. We've seen initially, I think it was Dainu on Volskaya that had 160 stacks, which was a record. Then it was in the Captain's Clash, the last North American tournament where one of the players ended up with, I believe, 200 or close to 200. So there's still a chance to break that as well. I mean, top side, that's where we have the fort now about to be destroyed, as already expected. Removes the fountain, removes some of the catapult pressure. Fight still going on here. They haven't taken the fort out yet, so a few shots are still being fired here. Cassia takes it. X-Ray X-Ray's still alive. He cares, but I mean, he commits Sudoku right there. Has a low death count, is immediately going to be back, of course. So definitely pushed in on purpose here. But that was, yeah, that brings him back. The problem is that the rest of the team still has to fight with only 4. So Stitch is on his way back now. He tried to go for Cassia again. Außenseiter, careful. He had some trouble during this game already. Gets slowed down. If the stun hits him, misses. Jet Propulsion didn't connect, but still gets isolated again by Garrosh. Yeah, can they take him down? Außenseiter, he doesn't get the heal in time, and Imperius falls once again. Imperius with 8 deaths now. Died 8 times. They go for Virtual, and they get him. Blaze is gone. Cassia still trying to catch up with Maiev, which is a tall order in the first place, but she's closing the gap slowly, I'd say. Garrosh goes down too, so that's all of a sudden a 3 versus 4. Unless... Oh, they nearly took down Hogger. I think one of the tower shots connected with him as well. Another one, and it would have been the end of it. It's amazing to me, by the way, that Anduin has not died yet. So the positional play of Banana Age was absolutely top-notch. It's fantastic. Didn't get hooked. Well, he got hooked a few times, but never really in trouble of dying here either. Obviously, the sustain that comes with Cassia on the team is also fairly strong, but still, it's quite impressive that Banana Age has not fallen yet, and he keeps being the backbone of the team with one save after another. They kill Hogger as a result. They go for Stitches, and he gets murdered. And this time, he's down for the full duration. So they save the keep that gets attacked here. It was a dangerous moment for the French team. The Germans aggressive as they pushed in. But now with level 24 on the board. And also with level 24, 25 minutes in, the keep has taken a lot of damage. And they are taking their sweet time taking this one out. So that keep is low. There aren't really any heroes around right now, though, that could take advantage of that and easily move in to drop it. So we're not talking Genji here, for example. 172 stacks for Cassia. That late game scaling is getting scary. And with 112 stacks for Stitches, we are talking insane numbers for him right now. So, yeah, it gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, this is getting quite nasty. There's a 2,700, 2,800 extra hit points that he currently gets. So, yeah, Stitches is absolutely brutal. Doesn't mean that you can't take him out, but you will have to use a lot of resources to pull that off. Not an easy feat to begin with. Hit points, he's currently sitting at 10,600. 10,600, and that's a lot. He's a monster. He's this unkillable beast at the front line that is going to make your life a living hell as you try to somehow kill him. They will have to focus everything on him if they want to have a chance here. Yasu is able to jump out, able to escape here. What about Virtual? It's more and more the German team that is taking control of this. They are doing absolute work right now. They have Stitcher at the front. They have Cassia doing tons of damage. So, yeah, it's a problem. The hook connects with the wall, nothing else. Nobody gets properly hit by it. 27 and 15, the kill count. It's actually wild. 42 kills in this game. We're 26 minutes in right now, and the party just continues. So, as it stands, at this point, the Germans, they have the upper hand again. They've taken the forts out, but the blue team hasn't given up. They're still trying to look for an opportunity here. They're trying to find the weak link. They're trying to find Außenseiter. They're going for him. They hook him. The heal is there. Nice. Ultralisk with a save. Malganir in trouble. Gets saved and is able to make it out. But here comes the play for Imperius again. And also Hogger. He's in trouble too. Hogger goes down and so does Imperius. There's the double kill. They're trying for X-Ray. They will be able to kill him too. He's only down for 12 seconds, but it's still a triple kill. And that's 30 kills to 15. They want to go for Cassia. She's at 196, 203 stacks, 205. And doesn't matter, 210. She still dies. 210 stacks on Cassia. 167,000 damage. Only Maiev with nearly 200,000 damage is ahead. And with 3 heroes dead, all the damage dealers gone. The French, they've had enough. They come in, they want to go for game, they want to get the kills here. They go for X-Ray, and they murder him where he stands. Stitches is gone. That's the keep in the middle. Another 15 seconds for Imperius, but they're clearly trying to end the game here. They want to put a point onto the board in this grand final of the Division 1 end of season tournament. Core gets attacked. Zarya is just shielding up here, is trying to go full brrr as they're burning the shield down, and this looks better and better for the fan club. What a game on Volskaya. Absolutely wild. It is the blue team that finally is able to beat the Germans here, put a point on the board, and force game number 4. Nicely done. GG. Well played. Game number 4, match point number 2 for the Geilen Banger. The red team defeated on Volskaya Foundry and now trying on Sky Temple to close out the series. On the left, we got the French with Virtual on Urel. Banana H is playing Hanzo. Malganir on Diablo. Ixia on Brightwing. And Yasuo is playing Genji. Finally, we get a Genji. It's been taking a while, but Genji is in the house. On the right side of the map, we look at Muradin, also first time in this series, played by Hazu. X-Rays on Rhaegar, so a little bit of a shuffle around when it comes to the roles. Außenseiter as playing Maiev, and apparently Ultralisk was a little bit fed up playing support the entire time. So he pushed that onto X-Ray and decided that he's going to be the one to play Sylvanas. And then we have Dehaka played by No Goat. So, the good old Sylvanas push at the bottom of the map. Trying to get some damage in. Banana H is soaking some of that. Here comes the cavalry as they're trying to apply the pressure. X-Ray on the doggy. He has to switch from playing a tank to playing support right now, and then also melee support. So he's the first one to die. Hanzo dies too, and Malganir does as well. So it is a positive trade. It was a professional bait. I always knew that X-Ray is a master baiter. He did that extremely well. He masterfully baited them over towards the right side in that fight, and that resulted in 2 heroes dying. So he fell, that's true, but he killed 2 in the process. So amazing performance here by X-Ray already this early in the game. Absolute shout out to him. But also, he had to transition from playing a tank into playing a support. So obviously he's frontlining it a little bit too hard, and that's going to be quite rough. The Shimada brothers united on the blue team side as we are going for the early game camps on the map. So now that we're here on Sky Temple, it's also likely that we're gonna have some battle over the boss later on. A little bit too early maybe to call that out, but still. 5-minute mark is obviously when that bad boy is going to spawn here. X-Ray is starting to jump in quickly at the top. We have some camps coming in. And time to set things up and try and do some structural damage. That's why Sylvanas is here. The more damage you can do without the help of the objective, the better. X-Ray in trouble again. I've seen that before, but this time he actually makes it out. So X-Ray is still alive, but that topside wall is taking some serious hits. Damn son. That is taking a lot of damage, and since they are trying to chase, it's taking way more than expected and than it probably should. So this is a bit of a problem. It's not a huge lead yet, but losing this much on your topside wall before the objective spawns without the objective being used at all, that's bad. And now they're moving down to the bottom of the map, not only to try and take Urel down, but also to do some more structural damage. And this could very well work here. So these rotations that we're currently seeing from the red team are a problem. That's a tower down. The most, again, the rule of thumb on Sky Temple is the more damage you do without the help of the objective, the better for your team. If you then trade temples later on, when there's a double spawn happening on the map, evenly with your opponent's team, then you will eventually win the game. So this is not a good start for the fan club. I mean, technically, there's not a big difference in kills yet. The experience difference is not that crazy either. But this structural situation is a bit of a problem. Kill against Muradin is nice. Helps a little bit. but they lost another tower at the top. They're now likely going to also lose the gate here, and even more damage being done. So yeah, this is a bit of a disaster. Just look at what's happening at the top lane already. The entire wall is destroyed. The shots are now being fired. In the middle, the picture is not quite as pretty for the fan club. They did a great job bringing the series back on Volskaya, but now they are struggling here. Genji is moving in because they're realizing if they don't send somebody to the top temple, then they're going to lose the top side fort. So they're using Brightwing to try and go for X-Ray again, and that should be a kill. Rhaegar is dead. Rhaegar goes down. So more shots are now being fired. They're pushing them back in the middle as they're trying for Virtual. As the Tether, the Space Goat, Urel in trouble but is able to get away here. Yeah, Urel is able to get away, but they're still looking for some additional shots. Oh, but now it's also a problem for Genji. They're really starting to lose hit points on those heroes in the middle. So the shots are fired in the middle. So far so good. Top shots are being soaked by the blue team, so they're saving their fort for now. That's the good news. The bad news is still that they are behind in structure damage. And this is where Sylvanas is really just such a huge asset for the red team. Her moving around, disabling structures and just making these quick plays when they are moving on to the next lane is massive. And they're doing it again here. The bottom wall destroyed already is just fantastic for them. Would have been even better in the good old days when the fountain health wasn't tied to the fort itself. Back then the whole idea was always to try and take the fountain out as quickly as you could, just so that you had the better position for the second objective. Teams would make and create entire strategies around that particular objective. That obviously has changed a little bit, since now it's the fort that you have to take out to remove the fountain. But there were a lot of moves being made around that idea alone back in the day. So, top side, Dehaka still holding the side lane and not hitting Brightwing at all. Trying, but yeah, hitting the minion instead. Rhaegar is still at the bottom, deep pushing with Lightning Shield, and now that Außenseiter is helping with Maiev, they're gonna make quick work of that. They have their own Siege Giants. And if they're slowing down the blue team, those Siege Giants are gonna do some serious damage at the bottom fort. You have to take that minion wave out too, but yeah, the spawn timing of that didn't really do them any favors here. Still, not too bad. Banana Age is trying to soak up some of the shots, but now that they're making a move for Malgamir between the lanes, they're going to likely get a kill on Diablo. Even with Brightwing helping out, this could be a problem for him. Malgamir, the tank, yeah, eats the Stormbolt like a champ and gets body blocked into oblivion as he falls, and the red team picks up a level 10. Fight in the middle, also going to continue here for a bit longer. Rhaegar holding back his ult. I expected an Ancestral. Are we really getting Bloodlust? Nah. X-Ray! And he gets hit. That's the end of him. 2 kills against Rhaegar already. 4 kills to 3. We're 6 minutes in. And more damage being done everywhere. Hanzo! The ult from the Haka, but they still can't get the kill. They got close though. Then again, Maiev gets murdered. What about Yasuo? He gets out! What a boss move by him! Absolutely insane plays from the Shimada brothers now, taking out Maiev and taking out Sylvanas. Both of them falling, and now it's time for Dehaka to die as well. So Dehaka is gone too. They get another 3 kills. That's 7 kills to 3 now, and it gives easy control of the bottom shrine over to the blue team. Muradin is able to steal a few of the shots away initially as Malgamir pushes in and takes over control. So structurally, it's still not bad for the guy in Benga. They're actually ahead still structurally. But they still haven't taken a single fort out, so that's the problem that comes with that. So brawl happening here in the middle of the map as everybody else is starting to slowly move down to the bot lane. Shots are not completely fired off yet, so there is still a chance to get some work done. Yeah, Muradin takes over for now. Right wing is coming in. Some shots fired against the bottom fort. Rest of the team is also slowly coming together. The Haka would have to tunnel down and does exactly that. Big arrow into the barbecue. Nice. That's the end of Sylvanas. So Ultralisk is actually suffering quite a lot here. Gets murdered again. In comes the next hit. They're going for X here. Muradin. Ooh, everybody is so insanely low. And Yaz has to move out with the X-Strike as he went deep to try and confirm the kill. Rhaegar falls again. X-Ray is not having a good game on Rhaegar. He died 4 times already. X-Ray alone died more than all of the heroes, all of the players on the blue team combined. Just let that sink in for a moment. So, yeah. Little bit on the tricky side. Ultralisk gets the mind control out. He dies too. Oh boy, oh boy. The French, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Skya turned things around a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, they're getting even more kills. 11 kills to 3. What is happening here? I mean, he could have just taken it out. You know, well, he realized that too, and he's like, wait a second, why am I running away from this? How about I just take it off? Okay, so the first fort gets destroyed, and by the way, the second one at the top is also in trouble. So Hanzo now falls at the bottom. They still couldn't get those siege giants. The red team fighting for it tooth and nail. But that doesn't change the fact that structures are now falling on the red team side. They're losing 2 of their forts. Well, actually, they're losing 1. The top side fort technically still stands, even though it doesn't have a lot of hit points left. Chase at the bottom. Stormbolt misses. Ops does not connect to Stormbolt. And now the camp is taken. Beautiful play from the Haka. Gets the isolation going. That's Diablo gone. Can they follow up on that? The disc against Genji. If they can follow up on that, that would be an important kill here. It would be a huge kill. But Urel is having none of it. Good Ancestral from X-Ray. They're still trying to chase Urel. That bottom fort will fall to the Siege Giants, if nothing else. But they can't get any additional kills with it. So topside fort is gone. Sylvanas rotated up. They are doing some actual work now. Yeah, they're rotating around the map with Sylvanas, trying to take a few more structures out. They get the fort at the bottom of the map. Now they're moving in for Genji, and they take him down too. Virtual Barbecue not doing enough damage here. Sylvanas is coming in from the top. Double Siege Giant camp down here as well. Hazops dies. Urel does too. And they are still chasing. They have a 4 versus 3 at the bot lane. The tether is there. Ultralisk says thank you very much. Goes in. They get the triple kill. That's 10 kills to 12 now. Boss is up on the map. Double Siege Giants at the bottom. We got the fort in the middle. And with the help of those Siege Giants at the bot lane, after a 5-man team wipe, the red team is willing to fully push for that bottom keep. Maybe not commit everything, but they will do tons of damage here. And they're also so close to level 16 now. They have the extra talent, and it seems that there's just no way to save that keep. That is such a big, big step to take that keep out without the objective, even just as we're having 2 temples spawn as well. They can easily fall back now and go for the double temple, which should remove another fort in the middle. 2 forts gone, 1 keep gone. Big plays here. They're all retreating slowly as Muradin is solo soaking up at the top, firing the shots towards the mid lane. That in and of itself is already going to remove the fort. And if they get more shots down at the bottom of the map, it's of course going to make matters even worse. What a turn! That 5-man wipe was massive. Up to that point, the blue team just looked so good here. Allez le bleu! The Frenchies trying to bring it back now with the level 60 talents that they have. And they try for a sneaky boss here. Yeah, they're trying for a sneaky boss at this point. And while the shots get fired and the camps are taken, there's still the attempt to go for the top lane, I suppose. And if they get a double camp going, that would be pretty neat. I guess they figured already out that the boss was about to be claimed, but they did not play into the hands of the fan club by attacking that. So boss at the bottom of the map, all the forts are gone. No team has anything left there anymore. But with the help of Sylvanas and a double camp at the top, this push could be even more dangerous than the boss play at the bottom of the map. So they have 2 now. And they got the aura, of course, that they can deal with as well. And use as a bit of a cover. So this is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Already the isolation is in. They could go for Urel. The Stormbolt. Mind control. They used everything. But the ult came through. And Virtual survived. That's the play that they were hoping for. They threw everything at Urel in an attempt to get that kill. And turn it into a 5 versus 4. And it didn't quite work for them. So the double camp at the top lane, not as successful as they intended it to be. The boss at the bottom is doing solid damage against that keep. So the play works out for the fan club. Whereas the guy in Banger struggling with a bit of a problem there. I mean, again, struggling. They had a play. It was a great idea. They tried to execute it at the top. It didn't quite work out. And as a result, they are falling a little bit behind at the bot lane. They still have a half-level lead. Siege Giants are being taken away from them, and that bottom keep is now soon going to fall. Shots are getting fired as Brightwing soaked the final few at the bottom temple. It's dead even. It's basically even. A half-level lead is what we're talking about now for the red team. Outside of that, it's an even game. Both teams have lost their bottom keep. Both teams have lost all of the forts that they've been holding. So now we got 12 to 10 on the scoreboard in regards to kills. Who wins the next fight? Shimada brothers still looking for engage, of course. Totem build after 16. Now the full synergy unfolding for X-Ray. And Ultralisk is blowing another minion wave apart up at the top. Trying at least. It's down here. The chase is on. You can't fight without Sylvanas. You need Sylvanas for that. Malganir looking for targets up at the front. Of course, Maiev also with tether opportunities. If she can get any of them. Boss not going to be up for another couple of minutes. It's another 2.5 before the boss is back. And in addition to that, of course, the next problem is that level 20 talent. It's not a big window. I mean, there is a window here once that Storm talents come into play, but it's not a massive one. And the fan club, we'll see how they play around it. Oh, if it even comes to that, because Malganir gets hit. The arrow mainly dodged, nicely done with the Unstoppable and the Will of the Forsaken. Malganir is about to die. X-Ray with the Self-Ancestral. They're coming in. There's the disc. Ixia, he goes down. Brightwing is eliminated. Diablo is gone. At least he'll be back in a moment, but that's also level 20 for the team. And with the ult on Urel, she might not even be safe. Trying to rush away here, is able to escape with the Divine Steed, but the rest of the team is now moving towards the middle. It is the Guilebanger as they are hoping to get another key, but the temples are both activating. And this is where things are getting really dangerous now for the fan club. They have only 3 heroes on the map. They cannot get any of the shots here. They can try and do some work here in the middle, as the blue team is concentrating all of their forces onto that temple. Red team has tried... Oh my control! Red team has tried to soak all of the lanes. The Haka is now coming in. They want the fight, they want the staggered deaths, and they get them. Bowboy can shove that bow where the sun doesn't shine, and this time Irel didn't have the ult available anymore. The Storm talents are there. Rhaegar went into the Pit Fighter even on level 20. But now we got the temple captured in the middle. The Haka is back on his way towards the top. They're going to do severe damage. They have Sylvanas. They can easily make moves now for at least the keep in the middle. Another mind control play by Ultralisk as Diablo is trying his best, but it's a 3 versus 5 right now. The Haka and Murden, they're soaking the temples. They're doing what they can. Most, if not all of the keeps should actually fall here. 48,000 damage for Sylvanas, 49,000 for Hanzo. They're trying for the camp as well. Shots in the middle, fully fired up at the top. There's a lot still left for the Haka. All the keeps are gone. Not a single one left standing after this, which means that we're talking core right now. 12 kills to 16. We're 16 minutes into the game. Stormbolt does not connect as Yasuo is able to jump away just as the red team is trying to make the move. Camp after camp is now being taken to apply even more pressure onto the lanes. And this is going to get insanely dangerous now for the blue team. They have to go for some Hail Mary gamble, and I don't know where. Are they making the play for boss? The guy in Banger, they're definitely going to have a look at this. They know that it's going to be pretty much desperation on the side of the fan club. This is going to be the final game of the series if the red team takes it. It's match point number 2 for the Banger. Right here, the opportunity for them to win the tournament, win the end of season tournament for Division 1 and HeroesLounge. Can they pull that off? Everybody is focused on the boss right now. Brightwing is the only global, so to say, on the blue team side, is defending at the top. The Haka will be pushing for it and try to contest that. But are they really giving them a team fight? Mind Control! Mind Control connects! Stormball as the follow-up. They're trying to melt Malkanir away as Brightwing is immediately jumping in for the save, doing the best she can to keep Diablo in play, and the fight turns against the red team. Dehaka, he's coming in, trying for the isolation, gets the lick out, the team fight forced. Big wave at the top, on the other hand, is pushing for the core of the blue team. as the French are doing whatever they can to stay in this series. Mind control is out. Dehaka is dead. The French have done it. Dehaka is dead. It's a 5 versus 4. They have been able to get a kill, and now they can make the play for boss. Top side, catapults are soon going to move in here. They need to send somebody back. We're only 18 minutes into the game, but this is still a bit of a problem point. This is an issue. So the boss gets attacked. Here comes the red team trying to deal with it. It's a 4 versus 3 in the fight down at the bottom, but the shield is falling at the core as Brightwing is dealing with it. In comes the play, the mind control. The ult on Urel is out again. The boss who takes it, the core is slowly falling on the blue team side. They're losing too. They're losing Urel. They're losing Diablo. Both of them are gone, but the boss is claimed by the French. The French, they take the boss, moving through the bottom straight for the core, but they're trying to chase now. They go for Yasu, and they go for Banana H. No more banana plays for now. Core is already down to 91%. Another Stormbolt. It connects with Genji. They're trying to win the game here. They don't want to deal with the boss. The boss is marching for the core through the bot lane. Temple is up as well, and it's a numbers advantage for the Geilenbanger. They could send somebody down to the bottom temple. Could go for the core here. The world's their oyster. They're about to claim victory again. The Germans on their way to victory with 13 kills to 18. 19 minutes in, it's gonna be a 3-1 victory. The boss is doing some damage over on the right. It's not gonna be enough, I believe. Rega is dead. Can the French stop it? It doesn't look like it. 0% to 64 as the Germans win a Sky Temple and take the grand final. GG, well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.